Hey guys, I just got done driving this brand new 2023 Jeep Wagoneer off-road. And if you're wondering, will a big old 3-row, 7 or 8 passenger vehicle go off-road? Well, I'm here in Montana to find out. So let's put it in rock mode, let's jack up the suspension, and let's go off-roading. Hey guys, for those of you out there who are going to take your Wagoneer, your Grand Wagoneer off-road, here's how you do it. First you put it in neutral, then you put it in rock mode, and then you hit the 4-wheel drive low button. And it's that simple. Of course you can hit this button and you get all your off-road cameras behind, in front, more in front, hitch cam, and then of course, like I said, the 360 view. So let's go off-roading. This being a Jeep, it can usually go off-road, and of course, being a Jeep, it can go off-road. So this is the Series 2 Wagoneer. It has a base price of $68,080, and with all of the goodies, we're talking an out-the-door price of $81,455. My little screen there tells me that the front and the rear diff are locked, which would be quite astounding to see that actually this vehicle has front and rear lockers. I mean, now you're getting into levels of
start the decline here. You want to engage your hill descent mode
of off-road, like a Wrangler. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. All right, hold. There we go. Now I'm controlling my speed with this little plus and minus button, and basically hill descent control is like an off-road cruise control. So depending on how fast I want to go, I can just keep pushing plus and it'll go a little bit faster. I'm at 2 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour, 5 miles an hour. Now this particular Wagoneer has the $2,295 advanced all-terrain group, which means it's got these Firestone destinations, but there's a lot more to it. It's got a 3.92 rear axle ratio, quad drive 2, 8-inch off-road aluminum wheels, chrome tow hooks, removable rear tow hook, semi-active dampers, electronic rear limited slip diff, quadra lift air suspension, 2-speed, which is cool, on-demand case, select speed controlled front axle, skid plate, fuel tank skid plate, and of course a transfer case skid plate. So it's about as off-road worthy as a big old family hauler can get. You guys love burnouts? Well, if you do, we're selling our Mustang GT from 1997. This was from our video series From Stud to Dud, and it's in really great shape. Only 77,000 miles. It's a convertible, of course, with a very clean top, clean interior, and one of the better examples of the SN95 Mustang out there. So head on over to TFL Bids and check it out, because this one's going to be hard to let go. And we're here in Montana at a dude ranch. It used to be the Marlboro Cowboy cigarette dude ranch. And Jeep, of course, being Jeep, has taken us off-road. Is this a hard off-road course? No, but this is a 3-row family hauler, so I'm not sure how many people will actually take this off-road, beyond, of course, taking their family, you know, to their cabin or to their skiing cabin. But it is, of course, a Jeep, so it has to be able to go off-road, so it has to have that DNA. But it feels very good off-road, like any Jeep would. Now there's a Wagoneer, there's a Grand Wagoneer, there's a Cherokee, there's a Grand Cherokee, and there's a Grand Wagoneer L and a Grand Cherokee L, which is a lengthened, longer version of the vehicle. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Pretty cool. So here we go, we're going to cross a little bit of a stream. It feels good. It feels really good. Sometimes I worry about going across streams. You can't necessarily see what's underneath. The water is so beautiful and clear here, it doesn't really matter. There we go. Yeah, that was easy. Got these spooked cows over here. Away with you, cows. Now under the hood is no battery. Check it out. It's a new Hurricane straight 6 twin turbo 3-liter. Puts out over 400 horsepower. Made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Look at this little plate, Wagoneer, born in the US, but the engine is made in Mexico. So yeah, if you like traditional big old SUVs with a V8, this one doesn't have it, but still 400 horsepower is nothing to sneeze at. I have to be honest, I'm a big fanboy of the Jeep brand, and that's because it's one of the most American brands out there, right? It goes all the way to World War II, where the Jeep obviously helped America conquer Europe and return it back to the people that it belongs to. And that DNA has been part of this brand, you know, for the last, whatever that is, 80 years now, and you can feel it in this vehicle. Specifically, you can feel, you know, the off-road worthiness that they built into it. So you didn't really have to give it a low range, right?
Take this one really wide.
Most people,
You might have to do a 2-point turn.
most people who buy this are going to be using it to take their family to the cabin. So why do you really need a low range? But yet Jeep did it because it's a Jeep. And it's not cheap to have a low range, and yet this has it. And it's not, you know, it's not necessarily to have 10 inches of ground clearance, and yet this vehicle has it. And that gives you a sense of being able to go where most other vehicles can't go. And that's what you're really paying for when you get a Jeep. And that's a pretty cool thing. One of the cool things about the Wagoneer is it does have air suspension, and at its highest level it's about 10 inches of ground clearance, which is about an inch more than a Subaru Outback. So let me raise it up and you can see just how high it gets. It's going to be on its tippy toes very soon. So that's very useful in case you're stuck in a snowbank, or perhaps you're wanting to do a little bit of rock crawling, or you want to impress your friends and show them just how tall you can get. Now, if you guys are interested in how this tows, or if you're interested in how this compares to the original Grand Wagoneer, we did a old versus new video. That's all over at alltfl.com. And if you're interested in how it does in the snow, well, it's September. You're going to have to wait till we get it at the office and actually try it in the snow. But I got to tell you, I'm impressed. I would like to see a little bit more harder off-roading, but I'm kind of conflicted because I'm not sure that the buyers of this thing, it is long, it is big, it is wide, are actually going to go and use it for serious Colorado-style off-roading. But it would be a very good candidate at some point for a really good overlanding rig, because especially the long version is about as big as a 7 or 8 person vehicle can get, and configured correctly, it tows almost 10,000 pounds. So, you know, you could haul a pretty large trailer behind this. And in terms of fuel economy, there's 2 engine choices. There's a 400 horsepower 3-liter twin turbo, and there's a 510 horsepower, and they're, you know, in the high teens, which still isn't bad for a vehicle of this girth, heft, and size. So yeah, it's good off-road, but you know, if you really want to go do some rock climbing or go run fins and things, you're probably better off with a Wrangler. Then a Wrangler can't get you and your entire family and their friends and their friends' friends into the vehicle like this one can. 8 passenger, that's a lot of people. So if you're wondering what the Wagoneer competes against, obviously it's American General Motors cars like the Yukon and the Tahoe, to some extent maybe even the Explorer, but at $80,000 we're getting into some pretty rarefied air. So can it go off-road? Well, it's kind of a dirt road, and we did a little bit of a water crossing, some rocks, but obviously nothing that would even stress this out a little bit. So we'll have to wait till we get it to Colorado and hopefully go play not only in the snow, but in some more rocky dirt. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car Off-Road. Check out alltfl.com for more news, views, and of course, Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao.